Athletic at Dalymount Park.
Bohemians were able to welcome back Glenn Crowe from injury for their clash with St Patrick's Athletic, and the home side had the better of the early action at Dalymount Park. Damien Lynch had the first chance, but his header from a corner was well off target. Robbie Doyle began the season as a Bohemians player before making the move to Inchicore in the summer, and he showed plenty of passion against his old club. He was booked for this over-enthusiastic tackle. Bohs then took the lead after 16 minutes. Bobby Ryan sent in the cross, and Tony Grant headed past Chris Adamson for his third league goal of the season. Lynch threatened for a second time when this long-range shot had Adamson worried. And the defender tried his luck again a few minutes later. This time Adamson was well able to deal with the shot. St Pat's struggled to create opportunities in the first 45 minutes. An effort from Doyle was just about all they could manage. Bohemians' appeal for a penalty was turned down here when defender Colin Hawkins hit the ground after Ryan had sent in the cross. But on the stroke of half-time, Grant made it 2-0. Stephen Rice attacked down the right flank, and the former Shamrock Rovers player scored with another header from almost the same spot as his first goal. St Pat stepped up their efforts to score after the break. Aidan O'Keefe saw his shot saved before Darren Maguire was denied by Glenn Crowe on the line. At the other end, Ryan sent in a free kick, but James Keddy saw his header fly wide of the goal. Lynch then caused more panic in the St Pat's defence when he rattled the crossbar with a powerful long-range shot. A deep cross from the left found Ryan at the far post. Adamson had to be sharp to save the shot with his legs. A third goal was proving elusive for Gareth Farrelly and his side. Ryan found Stephen Ward. He seemed to have the hard work done when rounding the keeper, but his shot was cleared off the line. From a long ball, Keith Dunn found himself bearing down on goal, though Matt Gregg was able to come off his line to make the save. Just when it seemed like the game was over, Keith Fahey's cross from the right found Colm Foley in an advanced position, and the defender was able to run around Gregg and find the net to pull one back for the visitors. St Pat's then went looking for an equaliser, and 2 minutes into added time they won a free kick. Up stepped who else but Robbie Doyle, and his effort found the back of the net with the help of a deflection off Hawkins. It sparked the most passionate of celebrations, the striker obviously enjoying the moment as he put a serious dent in Bohemians' title hopes. The final whistle drew an angry response from a contingent of the Bohemians fans. It finished 2-2 at Dalymount Park.
It's indeed some finish to the game, Pat, and Bohemians really should have had the points in the bag. How costly will that be to Gareth Farley's side in their title ambitions?
Well, that's a big blow to them, to be 2-0 up at home in the last couple of minutes and to draw 2-2, to drop 2 points, and then especially when you consider they've gone out tonight and won. You think if they'd have beat Pats, it would have narrowed the gap and it would have gone into Friday. They'd had a great chance, but they let it slip, unfortunately. Yeah,
they had so many chances to actually wrap up the game, hadn't they?
They dominated completely. I mean, even at 2-0, they could have made it 3-4. And probably 2-0 is always a bit of a strange score, because if they get 1, there's always that chance you can drop the points. 3, and it's over with. And they had chances to make the 3, and they didn't take them. But they still should have been strong enough, and they gave away a few poor goals there. And they should have been strong enough to hold out for the 3 points there.
Okay, let's look at the goals. 2 similar goals by Tony Grant for Bohemians.
Yeah, well, I mean, Tony Grant, I mean, I played with him at Rovers, and one thing he is, he's very, very brave. And I mean, he's been unfortunate, I think, at Bohs. He started off injured, and he's been playing well now. And you can see it's a lovely ball in by Bobby Ryan, and that's very brave. The keeper's coming out, he could have took his head off there, but it's poor marking, that has to be said, from Pats. I mean, the centre-half should be marking, the keeper shouldn't really be coming for that. But Grant is very brave to get in front and get the header in. That's a great goal. Great start for them, 1-0. And it looked as if they were playing really well again, the same as they did tonight. They're getting plenty of crosses in. And that's deja vu. It's the same goal all over again. I mean, again, the centre-half should try and cut that out. Keeper, again, you'd have to say, very brave from the centre-forward. Because, I mean, you can take your eye off the ball and miss that. But again, Bohs are playing well. And 2-0, they should be coasting, but that's lovely footwork from the centre-half there. I mean, that's a centre-forward's goal. It's a great finish. Again, the marking probably is not as good. But, I mean, he's done really well there to take control. And that's what I'm saying. At 2-1, then anything can happen. And you can see here they get a free kick just outside them. And I mean, the wall is terrible, and they're so deep in the box. I mean, it just takes, and it happened to just flick off Colin Hawkins, and it's gone straight in the back in there. But they're far too deep on top of the goalkeeper there. They should have kept him right out, and they've dropped the points there.
Yeah, And of course, the man who was replaced by Tony Grant, scoring the goal, Robbie Doyle.
Yeah, it's a hell of a celebration, isn't it? He looks like he's a Pats fan forever now, isn't he?
He almost got lost there, yeah.
But it would have been good for him as well to go back to Bowes and obviously play a part in the goal and that. So he'd obviously be delighted with that.
Surprising to see Trevor the goal, the last minute goal, because you see the only two on the wall and you should really have 4 from that position. And the rest of the defence should be at least level with the wall. And they were too deep in the box and gave Robbie something to shoot at.
And the angry scenes there as well at the end, Amy.
Oh, a great disappointment by the Bowes fans because they know how important the 3 points were. But at the end of it, like, although there's disappointment there, you have to be able to handle your disappointment in football. And supporters, just like players, need a discipline about them. That even in the disappointment of defeat, and no matter how costly that defeat is, you have to say, well, look, at the end of it, it was their own bad defending across the last goal. And fair play to Pats for coming back and never giving up the ghost. Yeah. You've always got to be able to credit your opposition with something, particularly when they come back with 2 late goals.
But if you were Bohemians manager there, Dave, you'd have been absolutely livid after that match, because when you're going for a title, I mean, to surrender leads like that, which they've done a few times this season.
Yes, but Gareth Farley's a young manager, Trevor, and hopefully he'll learn from these sort of experiences. I mean, the thing I'd look at is the fact that they didn't get the 3rd goal. That's not the manager's fault. I look at the last goal there and you think, well, OK, you could have done something better about the organisation. In future, let's make sure that a defensive organisation is good. You see where the Bohemians play. Look how deep they are. Yeah. And look, Colin Hawkins shouldn't be back there. And there's a man even deeper than Colin Hawkins there. Keeper has no chance. Instead of getting out and letting Robbie Doyle, OK, there's 4, let's put her over the 4. If you get her over the 4, then you've got to get it past the goalkeeper. And we're doing a job defensively. And I think Gareth will be disappointed in that. But again, for a young manager, he's got to learn those lessons to put them into operation. That's the test for any manager.
Yeah, St. Pat's, of course, well safe, Pat, and that was a good point for them to pick up as well there.
I mean, I think they've been grand. I think they've been grand for the last few weeks. I mean, they got a couple of signings in and they've picked up for the last month or so. And they won't get relegated. They'll be grand now.
OK.